Do you think that black is the most popular colour for dillies?
Ooh, no, I don't think so.
Nah, because it's a bit confronting. It's like, I've got a big black
Yeah,
dilly. It's
hard,
pretty full on.
It's pretty hard out for racists as well.
Wow, yeah, I suppose.
No.
I'd go
What
pink.
would you go for? Purple?
Purple or pink?
Would you go for a skin tone?
I'd go skin tone.
Like
Yeah.
a bright, sturgeon, deep, dark red.
You had a castmate of yours, eh?
Yeah.
It was covered in warts and shit.
Yeah, the cast was. Yeah.
I would.
Is that funny, is it?
You've got to go heavy ridging.
Oh, yeah. Ribbed for his pleasure.
Yeah.
Or her.
What? What?
Sorry, wrong one.
Fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jace, Mike, and Keezy on their Instagram and TikTok at Hodaki Big Show. Or tune into them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
What would you like to talk about today, Keezy?
That's a good
Because
question.
you've come in here and you don't seem your normal chipper self.
Really?
Yep.
You joking?
Eyes to the front, Keezy.
Yeah,
Come on now.
jeez,
This is
Keezy,
just getting,
come
this
on.
is getting out of hand.
Yeah, you're telling us, mate. We're the ones looking at it.
All right, seriously, what I'd like to talk about today,
Yeah.
Test cricket. And the fact that Bolt isn't in the side, even though he could walk to Blake Park right now and start playing.
Really,
Blake Park.
Keezy? Is that really what you want to talk about?
Yeah. That and
You know how we were
What,
chatting?
How was
Terry's
it
up
last
to?
night? How was it last night
Oh,
commentating?
it was entertaining.
It was all go, wasn't it?
She was all go, and that's the one plus side of the English, the playing the way they do is she's pretty full on all the time, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. You don't have those sort of hour-long stretches of sedate play.
I like a declaration on a first day as well.
Very rare. We were talking about that to declare on the first day under 350.
I didn't watch any of it because
Yeah.
I haven't got it at home. So
I
it's
didn't even
real
know they'd done
bastard.
that.
They declared,
right.
and then they get 3 wickets.
Yeah,
Last
they got
night?
3. They
Yeah,
should have got
not
4.
bad,
They should
not
have got
bad.
4.
What happened there?
Oh, Conway got dropped at second slip, an absolute sitter of a catch.
I love that, man.
Straight down his gut,
And
and
now
it was
he's
just
the
like,
only
"Douche!"
He's the only one sort of doing anything now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got a few runs on the
Mitchell
old
shouldered
board
arms and got plumb LBW.
Yeah, it looked like it pitched outside line, although I don't suppose he offered a shot, did he?
Yeah, he didn't play a shot,
Yeah.
so therefore that's irrelevant.
can I just say
Yeah.
thank you so much? Actually, talking Test cricket has cheered me up.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I'm so glad I suggested
we were talking about black dillies before. That wasn't in the potty, was it?
Oh, there's a wee bit at the start of the potty, I
right.
think.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, I mean, it's fine. I just wondered if that
I
was
just
in
think
there.
if you're going to step into the studio, you need to be prepared for it to be either on a
On
podcast
air.
or
On
live on air.
air.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the first thing I was taught at radio school.
Oh, see, that's the thing, man.
Well,
We're rule
assume that
breakers.
you're on air.
Always assume you're on air.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's in
That's
your
interesting
case.
because you say some horrendous
Yeah, well, I was going to
things
say,
off
in
here.
your case, Keezy, that's probably a good thing because the shit that you talk about off air, holy cow.
But have you noticed that when I get real like sexist and racist and stuff, I go into the B studio and then yell it? It's because I assume I'm on air if I'm in here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty full on in there, especially with pugs.
What's happening this weekend, fellas?
Chainsawing for old Hoodie J. I've got to get my backyard in order. And,
Tell me about it.
and I was
Oh,
going
your
down-
actual backyard?
I was checking out the tree that had fallen down on the back of the property, and then my wife said to me, "Oh, what the fuck's happened to the plum tree?" Which isn't actually on our property, but it goes over our property.
You
And
reap
that's-
the rewards
and
of the
that's-
plum
say,
tree.
but
I
you steal
do, I
plums.
do, and
I do.
the fucker had split in half as well. So Hoodie J, she's going to be hard yakker. I might make a video of me chainsawing
That's not... yeah, go on.
because I'm...
Hold a chainsaw in one hand and your phone in the
And
other.
photo the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
on selfie mode.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll get my daughter to do that stuff.
I think
I
that'll
mean,
be
the
good.
self-
That'll
you
be
know.
good eating, man. Followers would lap that up,
So
brother.
you're going to say, hey, darling, whatever you call your daughter, can you come film Daddy on the chainsaw? Is that what you're going to say? You're going to get your daughter to film you?
Yeah, what do they call you, Dad?
Papa.
Why do you made it sound really
No, I did. No, I
massively
didn't.
fucking dodged?
No,
Keezy.
I
What
did
the,
not.
What the hell's wrong
I
with you today?
100% did not. Are
Um,
you going to say, hey, sweetie, can you come film Daddy on his chainsaw?
no, there's no daddy. It's dad.
Dad, right.
Yeah.
My daughter calls me Daddy-O,
Right. Well,
which
that's-
I like.
Yeah, daddy-o's
I'd
good.
like her to keep that.
Hey,
but
Daddy-O.
that's not going to last very
Nah.
long.
I often, with my youngest, I like to hassle her and ask her if she wants a daddy-daughter hug. which she
Oh, yeah,
hates.
she'd love that idea.
She fucking hates it.
Yeah.
Want a daddy-daughter hug? She doesn't even look at me now.
Do you know I've never hugged my dad?
Really?
I don't think I've ever hugged my dad or kissed him.
Wow.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I bet you'd like to as well. You're too
Yeah,
scared.
I'd like to give my dad a hug, I think. Yeah, I think
Why don't you just hug him?
like even on my wedding day, it was a handshake and a,
Well,
You're
you know the weird.
joking.
it's just
God,
New Zealand,
old
man.
school's weird.
It's
man.
just New
it is.
Zealand, yeah.
It is. And the weird thing is, when we were down there last, he wouldn't stop hugging me.
Who, Don?
Yeah, Don.
Hanging out for the back of me like you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
it
so
was-
Don was hanging out the back of you, was he?
No, hanging
Seriously?
off the back
Oh,
of me. you
right.
sick
I
bastard.
called him at the end of that last time we were down there, Keezy, the koala bear.
Could you not actually, Keezy, just start it as a joke?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
big
come on,
hug.
give us a
But
hug,
I
you
would,
old bastard.
because I think the old schoolers like that.
It's not
The
enough.
thing about it is they're very uncomfortable with it.
Yes.
And you've got to make it a joke, and then you can just sort of warm into it. It's like I love you. It took me and my brother a long time to say that.
Yeah, 100%. And to be honest, I've never said that to my dad either.
Right.
Like, but I think we know we love one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
We've
but
got a
there's
very
something-
close
there is something to
relationship.
say to it. There's
Yes.
something in saying it because
Is-
you'll
yeah.
regret it if you
No,
don't say it.
yeah,
You will.
I don't think so
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
But listen,
you don't
Oh,
need to say it.
God.
You need to show it.
Just on that
Nah,
front, I mean, it's
you don't need to
interesting.
show it.
It's interesting, isn't it? You know, it's like some people are real huggers and kissers.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
my wife,
am.
when we meet up with friends and stuff,
Oh,
it's
tell me
always
about it.
kiss, kiss, hug, hug. But I'm kind of not that. I'm
No,
not a
you're
kisser
not at
and a
all.
hugger. But, you know, with my wife and my kids, I am.
Right.
But and certain friends,
Like,
sure.
I hugged
sure.
my mum and I hugged my nana because she lives with my parents.
Oh,
as
your
well.
mum gives a great hug.
I love hugging Jace because when we hug each other, you just get to nestle his head into your chest, into your moob area.
Oh, your movie.
Yeah,
right.
And I do the old
He just
cow
nestles in.
tongue lip on the nipple, lick on the nipple there.
For a while there, I would bend over so that I would rest my chin on his shoulder and sort of even things up.
Right.
But it just made me feel awkward. So now I just stand up and I just bring him in to the buzzy and just sort of tap you on the head, don't I?
Yeah, and
there he is.
I hold his
Hey,
ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Put my hands on his ass.
And I put my hand on top of his head and I just applied pressure.
Yeah, he's pushing
Ooh,
me.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy. The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
I feel very I feel very uncomfortable whenever it comes time and you're meeting like a female.
Oh,
right?
yes.
And you have to go in either for a kiss or a hug or what the hell's going on there.
Got a good tip here.
What do you do?
Got a good tip here. You let her lead it.
Right.
So if she offers out a hand,
Yeah.
you take the hand.
Right.
If she starts moving in for a hug, you move in for a hug. You never make the first move.
Because I don't want to be moving towards her arms open.
Exactly.
And going,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
I've
awkward,
done
so
that.
you just let them do it.
Right.
I've been left hanging many times
Oh,
in that
it's-
regard.
it's-
It's
and
the
then it's-
worst fucking feeling.
And they've got so many more rules because oftentimes what you'll find is they'll also side hug you.
Yes, yes.
They'll side hug you because they don't want their front to be touching your front.
right.
you
And
know
is
what I
that
mean?
is that because of me or is that
No, that's in
just
general.
them?
That's a personal space, and I would assume there's some sickos out there
I've
that
never
try and
had a side
go
hug.
for a front on hug.
Funnily enough, I don't know why this is. I often side hug my father-in-law. It's like a
To
side
get your
hug.
cock away from him. Oh, on the
Oh,
side.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I don't
like
think
we're
my cock's an issue, but-
I mean face to face.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
You gotta-
I know,
yeah, I know
and
what
And
you
it's
mean.
sort of like a dance move. They're sort of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
off to the side
I've
there.
hugged my father-in-law, but not my father.
Yeah, yeah. And you get this.
How old's your dad?
64.
We're gonna change that, Keezy. And also, there's the A-frame hug, of course.
The A. Oh, yeah.
You know,
you
where
stand real
oh,
far.
where
yeah.
you're like
that's a
that,
similar
and you
thing.
do a
That's
sort
a
of-
similar thing. It's
called the
keeping,
Eiffel
the
Tower.
buzzies out of it.
Yeah, and your dude.
No, that's not the Eiffel Tower. And then the other one is a woman probably doesn't want to be kissed on the cheek.
Right.
But then others try and... I've got a mate whose missus always kisses you on the mouth
Yeah.
when she says hello, which I don't like. So I
That's-
always have to
yeah.
move my head
Fucking
at the last
random.
minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
But she
Yeah.
does it. But she does it to every dude,
Yeah, yeah.
and she doesn't
Yeah.
think it's not.
Is she like French
It's
or
not the
something?
go. No, she is briefly. You know what I mean?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? It really is. I don't know. It's quite a
French kiss keeper.
Oh, yeah.
bit of tongue action.
Yeah, nice. the other thing, yeah, because I've done this before. Usually, a woman and like quite a powerful like business person. I'm picturing, you know, you're meeting and then they come, oh, hey, nice to see you, Chris. Come in for a hug, and then got a kiss on the cheek, and then I'm just going for the hug, and then I realize last minute,
Right.
and it's really awkward. I've had that a couple of times,
Yeah.
so I've just got to be wary.
For me, the awkwardness really comes from my height.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me reaching up and them having to bend
Yeah.
down. And so
Because you look like a toddler waiting to be
yeah,
picked
well,
up,
yeah,
right?
I'm like a little kid that they're
Yeah.
waiting to pick me up off the ground and give me a cuddle.
I've got a mate who's 6'7", 6'8", and it's always just an embarrassment. Like tiptoeing and shit. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
So you tiptoe when you hug him.
Well, I
Oh, but
used
you
to,
know-
but I don't anymore.
No, you
I
don't
don't
need
bother.
it.
When I think about it, I hug my mates.
Which ones? Brendan.
Oh, any of my mates actually that I see. Like I bumped into a mate who I went to school with my whole life at Dilworth there. And I saw him on the street. This was about a month ago, and he works in the same fucking building as me, and I never
Hey.
knew. And it was like, oh, Andy,
Here he
and
is.
gave him a big hug.
Yeah, right. Anybody
I am
scream
actually,
out at you on the street?
I am
what
actually
are
a
you doing here?
hugger. I am a hugger.
Oh, you changed your
You've
mind
never
now.
hugged me,
Wow. Okay.
really?
Yeah, get in there. Get in there for a hug. This is great content.
Oh, yeah, this is-
We're recording this? Ah. Keezy didn't like that.
Thank you. No, that was nice, actually. And the thing I like about that, and I don't like this, I take offence to this, is when you get a hug from someone and it's super light.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're waiting for
embrace
it,
me,
They're
man.
waiting for it to be over.
It's like a wet fish handshake.
Oh, I hate that.
You know, when someone's got a dead hand and
Yeah.
it's just like the really limpy
The
kind
other
of.
bad one is when you go for a handshake and one of the two of you closes your fist too early. So you end up with the fingers.
I've had that
Oh,
before,
yes.
yeah.
And I always,
Yes.
I always restart it.
Yeah,
So
oh,
no, let's
sorry.
do that again. That's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate because that lingers in my head. I'm like, God, that was a shitter.
You know, and it's really interesting just in terms of like
In fact, let's start doing that to everyone we meet. Let's just start clamping early.
clamping, yeah. But you know,
Just
there can be a real power play in the old handshake. You know what I mean? Because you know, if someone comes in over the top like that, you know, it's like I'm the dominant party. As opposed to your side-on kind of handshake.
straight up and down.
They do that.
I remember that being a thing where people talked about body language, and they talked about that. And that if you went over the top, then you were dominant, and if you were submissive, if you went under. I think it's bullshit.
I think people have learnt that and are now trying to
Yeah.
be dominant, and now people that are
People are pretty
dominant.
straight. There's some real hard shakers out there.
I like a hard shake, though.
It
I like
depends
a-
how hard, because some guys, like
And you
your
know-
mate down in New Plymouth, short ass.
Oh, that guy at the Taranaki thing.
Yeah. So he was a real hard shaker. He wanted you to know you had a, you know.
You
So
know
there's
what
those
I-
kind of guys.
You know what I like when you do the old handshake there is the old tickle
Tickle,
there with
yeah.
your middle finger.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I did that to my wife the other night, actually,
Did you?
because I did this thing with her
Oh.
where I
God.
pretend like we've never met. I mean, no, this is not a bedroom.
I bet you're so
Can
annoying
I-
at home.
Can I just say? Can I just say this is not a bedroom scenario?
Okay.
Okay, it's not a thing. But we often
Kitchen
joke.
counter.
And like when we were out for dinner last night, and she was, you know, across from me, I put my hand out and I shake her hand and I say, "Jason Hoyt, voice artist."
That's funny.
and she goes, "Oh, hi, yeah, no, I've heard about you." It's a little thing we do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do a role playing thing when you pretend you haven't met before and try and hold that for the whole night. I don't think I could do it.
No.
There's no.
Nah,
fucking
the
way.
thing about it is, I think if I did that role playing thing, and they do it in movies, don't they, to spice up your relationship, I think that the persona I took on, my wife would find entirely unattractive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we've ended up
Are
together,
we
so I wouldn't know how to fake
but
it.
are we talking specifically role play sexually, or are we
Well,
talking-
it ultimately
Oh,
would lead to sex, wouldn't
right? Yeah. Well, I've tried that, and it's embarrassing.
it? Yeah, it feels embarrassing.
It's
Because-
really embarrassing because you know each other too well, and
Yeah.
you become
Yeah,
very
be laughing.
you'll
Yeah,
get too
yeah.
self-conscious.
Yeah.
because you're not trying to be someone you're not. You're trying to be yourself on a first date with your partner.
Yeah.
Oh, was that your scenario?
Well,
was
that's what
it?
we were trying to do, and then
Oh,
it's
right,
like, so what
yeah.
do you do? And then she's like, oh, I do this, and I was like, well, no, actually, remember you now do this. Remember you've.
Actually, we do that quite a lot too, my wife and I.
Right.
We pretend like we've never met.
She does that a lot, eh?
Yeah. What do you do? All that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
Jason Hoyt, voice artist.
Do you say, what do you do for a crust? And then she says, and then you go, backbone.
Totally.
Your Horaki Big Show Keezy word of the day is
Black Dilly.
Fuck's sake.
I was going to say that too.
It's so childish.
Have a good weekend, you bastards.
Yeah. Send all those Keezy words into Hodaki Big Show on Instagram. We'll call someone Monday.
Yeah, now will we do that on the show?
Yeah, I think so.
I reckon
think
that's
it's a good
bastard,
idea.
eh?
It's part of the
yeah,
show.
Yeah, definitely.
Also,
do you have all the Keezy words there, Keezy?
me?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
someone will
Keezy?
message them all
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, but also, if you want to follow us on Instagram, Mr. Mike Minogue, Chris KNZ,
Oh.
at Hoity J.
Yeah, nice, man.
See you later.
I'm going to have some chips.